Hey, I'm Mish, and I'm the front woman of a Petalcore band, Torizon. And we have just released our new single, Sober, which is a little bit, I feel like it has a little bit of everything for anybody that likes heavy music. It's got your metalcore elements, but also some pop and prog. Why not?
Why not indeed, Mish? Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. As you say, Torizon have just released your second single of the year with Sober. So exciting times for the band. We haven't heard from you for a bit, and then you come back and we got Bang Bang. It's good to see.
Yeah, we were quiet in the background, working away on a lot of things. We were really just working on leveling up of everything, really, our songwriting, tech, visuals, branding, everything. And that took a couple of years to plan, write, produce, and plan marketing and all that, strategize. So here we are.
Here we are. Nice. Now, Sober seems to be a lot calmer, is the right probably word for it, for what we've come to expect from your music. So run us through the track from a musical point of view and what you were going for with it.
Yeah, honestly, like Luke has a really good way of writing. He's a very talented guitarist, but also a very talented songwriter, as much as he doesn't like to think that. That's us musicians. We can't think we're good because otherwise we are not going to work hard and not improve, you know? We got to
True.
think
That's a
we're
good point.
terrible.
A good point.
Yeah, so he did a really good job of like just as soon as we wrote, this was written with a bunch of other tracks, right? And this one was, we wanted to do something a little bit different with it. Like that is a little bit quieter and it's got moments, but then wait till the bridge, that takes you away. And then you get the
Nice.
screams. So musically, it was just about honestly whatever felt right in the moment. We never really have like a set direction. It must be this, this, and this. Just what feels right.
Nice. Now, Nova follows on lyrically from your previous single, Bloom. So, to get the full picture, first tell us more about Bloom and the meaning behind that song.
Absolutely. So, Sober is actually also the acting debut for Ben, our bassist.
Okay.
He's playing the role of Sam. So, in the first single, Bloom, we talked about a story. It's going to be a concept. It's going to be a story between a couple, Luna and Samson. We call him Sam. It's a sneaky reference to Pokemon Sun and Moon, to be honest.
Okay. Nice. Nice.
Yeah, but we wanted to talk about something that a lot of people in our crew have experienced, also like wider in general, is fertility issues. And the best way we thought we could kind of talk about it is by depersonalizing it from us and from other people and making it about a story. So Bloom saw Luna and Sam go through their pregnancy loss, and it was just like shock and grief in that moment. Sober takes you onto the second chapter where they start unraveling. And it can happen to a lot of couples. I mean, everybody deals with grief differently, but we use addiction as a metaphor in particular with Sober for the grief and the push and pull and how one can unravel. And it is the reality for some people that when you are hit with such cataclysmic things that happen to you, you can just reach out for comfort in things and rely on coping mechanisms sometimes. So it was kind of a two-pronged approach. Like definitely wanted to talk about addiction, but also talk about using that as a metaphor, talk about how the grief can be and how like couples can unravel.
Nice. Nice. Now, as well as being his acting debut in Sober, Ben also does dual vocals with you on the song.
Yeah.
Is that normal for you guys to have that?
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, the last 2 years we've just been like writing a bunch of songs, and now if there's a song without Ben's vocals, I'm like, I don't like it. He's a very talented vocalist and he adds beautiful dimension, and it'd be very silly of us to not use him.
It's actually good. Like, and I hope this comes across the right way because it's intended to be a compliment. But when I read that he was doing vocals as well, I listened back through the song again to see if I could pick up on it. And it's not an obvious distinction between the two voices. They work in really well together, which I think is great
Yeah.
because sometimes the contrast can be too much. But you guys,
Yeah.
yeah, you just work well together.
Oh, thank you so much. That's something we definitely noticed because even Luke's got a very similar voice to Ben, and he used to do the singing a bit live as well. And we our voices blended really well. And I mean, they're bromance. They've been friends for like, I don't know, a decade. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I love that. Thank you.
Nice. Now, Bloom and Sober are both taken from your debut EP, Meliora, which comes out on September now 19th. Now, I did a bit of research before we had a chat, and Meliora is Latin for better or the pursuit of better things. So,
Yeah.
is that an underlying theme across the EP?
It is absolutely that. Meliora is taken from ad meliora towards better things. And it is a theme. Look, this EP does have a happy ending, so I'll spoil that because I feel like we definitely need that. Particularly if somebody's going through these things, I don't want them to just think like it's just all going to be sad and doom and gloom. And like especially for people in the rainbow community, they rely on fertility treatments and things like that can be like a complete ending of like their dream to have a family. So the Meliora will take everybody through each song is like a different aspect of what how that grief and how you come back together.
Yeah, it's a very deep concept, and it's a very it'd be a very difficult subject to broach because it's not done that often. Like, but when in the writing process, did you have to? Now, did you have to be careful what you said or what you didn't say or how you worded things? Or
I think one of the things is that it is not talked about, which makes it really hard to bring up or even ask people. And a lot of the times people that have friends are supporting somebody going through these challenges, they don't know where to start or how to ask. So one of the things we did was I wrote with the band an article with Ramona Magazine about 5 ways how you can support somebody through fertility challenges and things like that. So we want to throughout the this unraveling of the EP, you will hear from different voices and you will get resources and as well as like context and how to practically help people through it.
yes,
And conceptually, no, it's just whatever feels right, obviously, is what we kind of go with. And we try and keep things honest.
yeah, good,
Yeah.
good, good. And it seems like Torizon have been around forever. Like you guys have been a part of the scene since I moved to Brisbane 6 years ago. Pretty much, it seems like I've been anyway. But it's hard to believe this is going to be your debut EP.
I know. Well, one of the things that we have released an EP before, which was kind of a collection of singles, and there had been some other music that was out, but at the same time, pandemic happened and lineups changed because of the pandemic, and obviously people not having access to income anymore, which I completely understand. As we did a reshuffle of, I guess, as the final lineup solidified. Um, we wanted to do a soft rebrand of like who we are now because those songs kind of, if you listen to them and you listen to what we sound like now, it's like chalk and cheese in terms of like it's very discombobulating. Not so much, not a
I
comment
love
on the
that word.
quality, but it's like it's just like, oh my God, wait, is this the same band? What's happening? So we wanted to really make our image more concise and more intentional. So there's a reason why we've archived some of the older stuff. And who
Yeah.
knows, down the track I might re-release it. They're still good songs. I still love them.
You know, that's a young man because like you guys have pretty much made a name for yourselves already. You're an established band, but this is your first, as you say, it's a rebranding for you of sorts as a body of work. So, what sorts of things do you discuss as a band going into that? Like, do you plan things out or do you leave it to chance?
Oh, never leave anything to chance for me. No, not with my anxiety.
Fair enough.
If I mean, it's just a lot of it is, and again, like you know what, it's like having worked in the industry for a while. It's just like, well, you kind of have to have a clear vision. Some of the things we discussed were like, what kind of values do we all individually hold, and we hold collectively as a band, and how can we represent those? So for us, it's like inclusivity is very important, and highlighting things that people don't talk about, or even if they talk about it, there's still things like mental health and stuff that still needs to be talked about more. So, how do we like make it an inclusive experience and have people be able to relate? Or like for me personally, I just want to do whatever Nessa did for me when I was like 16, where it was just like, oh, this, I understand this. There's somebody else out in the world who knows what I'm feeling. And then that was it to help me sort of like get over a pretty bad period of my life. So yeah, so that's kind of the discussion, branding and stuff wise. I mean, like it's all about like what kind of colors. We had a Pinterest board. It was so funny. We all boys and I we all had like a little Pinterest styling board, the
Nice.
visuals. And that's I find Pinterest boards really helpful because you can really like visualize everything. You can talk about it, but want to make sure that when I say this purple, everybody else knows which purple I'm talking about and vice versa. Because Luke's really good with like he's got a really good eye with combining the color with the concept. So yeah. And then we gave all
Nice.
of that to our broader people, being like, this is what we want to do.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Now, in another first for Horizon, you guys are setting off on your first headline run of shows, kicking off in Sydney on October the 11th, hit Melbourne the following night, then finish in Brisbane on October the 18th. So, what can
Yeah.
we expect from these? I'm excited.
Oh man, we've done so much leveling up, honestly, in our tech. It's so exciting. I can't wait to like unfold it and use the new rig. But in general, expect drama, like a dramatic show, because have like the themes and everything. The songs have like lots of layers and stuff. Expect that because it is going to be fun. It's going to be riffy. Yes, we're going to have some riffy breakdowns, but it's also going to be very visceral and raw and live harmonies with Ben and I. It's really fun. I love it. And it's gonna be a good time. And I'm really excited to make like Petalcore live as our first headline tour. Like I just want to I want people to experience that. I want people to experience what we experience in the band practice room, which is a lot of fun. And just,
And now,
we're just a bunch of nerds.
yeah, and you've said this twice now this term, and when I first read it, I had no idea. I thought you'd made a mistake actually, but Petalcore. Where does
Yeah.
that come from? It's a beautiful name for metal.
Yeah, we were traveling. We did a bunch of interstate shows, and this kind of came up then, where one of the bands, Orpheus Amiga, who I love, they said like, it sounds like metalcore with like pop vibes, and I was like, pedalcore? It wasn't me, but it was like they came up with it. Don't let me take credit
Awesome.
here. But we're like, this is perfect. Let's do it. That's us. And then as the music evolved, there was like some prog elements coming through. So it's like pop, prog, metalcore.
I like it. I like it
Yeah.
indeed. Now you're going to be taking Melbourne alternative metal band New Million for the three shows.
Yes.
So tell us a bit more about them and why choose them as touring partners.
Now, honestly, we had been trying to lock something in together to perform for a little while, and we just kept like clashing with timelines. So it was like finally, Quona Creative are the promoters, and they specifically picked New Million, which was so amazing because I'm like, oh my God, we've been trying to like work something out with them, which is great. Really nice bunch of peeps, great music. Music connects well with us. I feel that like fans who are interested in electronic and like metalcore heavy music, kind of like modern sort of heavy metal, I would say, they're gonna really have a good time. So yeah.
Nice. And where is the best place for people to pre-order the EP or keep up with what Torizon doing?
Absolutely. So you can follow us on everything. Torizon Band is basically everywhere. That's a handle. On TikTok, Torizon Official. That's the only one because the other one was taken. But TikTok is where you see us be like silly and more of like our personalities a lot more than you see on Instagram and things. And just honestly, any of the social platforms, there's a link in bio. It'll take you everywhere. All the tickets and everything for sale are linked there too. I forgot the other question, so ADHD.
That'll do me. Thanks so much, Mish. Now the single Sober is out now. The EP Meliora is out September 19th. The tour starts October the 11th. So there's lots happening with Torizon. Best of luck with it all, and we'll catch you at the Brisbane show probably.
Thank you so much. Yes, I can't wait.